In this training, we are going to learn how to troubleshoot errors that you might run into while running an agent. Let's say I've been using Mozenda for a few weeks and have built several agents. Earlier today, I saw that there was an error notice next to my agent in the Agents tab. This is the first time I've seen this notice, and I'm wondering why it's there and what I need to do. Errors happen because the agent is unable to collect the data that it has been designed to collect. This usually means that the agent couldn't find the data field somewhere on the web page. There are a couple of reasons why this could happen. 1. The web page doesn't contain that field's information. 2. The field has moved on the web page or is in a different place from previous pages. 3. The agent is trying to extract the incorrect page. I don't know immediately what error my agent ran into, but I can figure it out. I see that my agent has collected a few items, but it has stopped. As I examine the data, it looks like the agent stopped when it was trying to collect the field called price. I can always mouse over the exclamation mark by the error message to confirm this. As I do this, I see that it says error element not found, with the action capture price as the element in question. When I click the Fix Agent button, the builder navigates to the exact location of the error. When the agent loads the error, it will attempt to bring me to the exact web page where the error occurred. Mozenda has found that it couldn't find the price of one of the items in my list. I see that the price is on the web page, but my agent has not been able to find it. Mozenda gives me a couple of different options to fix this issue. I don't really want to reassign the current location, because price is being found for a majority of my list items. And I can't see any text that is the same for every list item, so I can't use the associate with nearby text or image. In this case, I need to add an alternate location. To do this, I simply click on Add an alternate location, then follow the instructions, which tell me to click on the item on the page that is not being found. As I do this, I can see that this other price is being highlighted, and it is found in my captured text preview window. It looks like the error is fixed, so I'm going to save the agent. I'll return to the web console and run the agent where I left off by clicking Resume. I will now go to the next agent that is in an errored state. I will click into my Supreme Court docket number agent. I see that the agent couldn't find the capture title action. I will again use the Fix Agent feature so that Mozenda will open the agent in the builder and navigate to the error. A pop-up appears and says that an action couldn't be found that is located in the docket number list. I see that the action Capture Title is not found. I notice that I have the same options that I did before. By checking the web page, I see that the word title always precedes the actual title. In this case, I'm going to use Associate with nearby text. Before doing this, I need to reassign the current location to the correct data, so that the association is accurate. After reassigning, I'll choose Change Item Location. Then, I'll select Associate with nearby text. The instructions tell me to click on the text that is regularly associated with my target data, so I'll click on Title. After confirming that my data looks good, I'll click Save. I now see that the title is highlighted correctly, so I'll save my agent and then resume it. Returning to the Agents tab in the Web console, I want to click on my next errored agent, HUD Homes. I see that the capture action named Status is not being found. After clicking Fix Agent, Mozenda will open the Agent Builder and navigate my agent to the location of the error within the target web page. I see that the agent again is telling me that the capture action Status was not found. I'll click OK. I then answer the question that is given in the upper left-hand corner. It asks, is the item present in every list item? I recognize that status is not found for each of the list items, so I will click on the answer, No, make this optional. The agent no longer shows any errors, so I'll click Save and then Resume. Let's fix the final error. The error says that the list was not found on the page. I will use the Fix Agent button to bring up the error in the builder. It appears that list category level 2 was not found. This agent goes through 2 levels of categories and subcategories before scraping the product list. In this case, one of the categories doesn't have a subcategory list, so page 2 goes to a product list instead. This means that my agent doesn't need to click on the More Subcategories link for this category. The agent is erroring because it thinks that it needs to click into another subcategory list as it normally would, and can't find where to click. In order to fix this, we will need to right-click on Begin Item List Category 2 on page 2. Because page 3 in my agent is already set up to collect the products list, I will teach my agent to perform the actions on page 3 when this occurs in the future. I'll choose When the item is not found on the page, perform actions on page 3. I have now taught my agent to apply page 3's actions to page 2 when the product list loads on that page instead of a subcategory list and collect the products. I can now save my agent and click Resume. As I go back to the web console, I see that I have an agent that has been running for a long time. Let's go to that agent's dashboard. As I look through the agent, it looks like I keep collecting the same data over and over again. I'm going to pause the agent and open it in the Mozenda Builder. After the agent opens, I see that the page list action, which is what clicks on the next page link, is always present on the page. So the agent continues to loop through and extract the last page. The page list action normally stops when the next page link goes away, but because it is still present, the page list will continue paging. To fix this, I can teach the page list action to only paginate a certain number of times. Right-click on the page list action and choose View Action Properties. In additional settings, I can check the box next to Only process the next so many pages of the list. I know that there are only 16 pages that the agent needs to go through, and that the first page doesn't need a pagination, so I will set the number to 15. This means that my agent will only paginate 15 times, and will end after it has collected all of the data on page 16. I will click Save. It's important for me to use the techniques of reassigning locations, creating alternate locations, and associating with nearby text when I am building agents, to make sure that I collect the correct data. In review, reassigning an action's location completely changes how Mozenda searches for the data. Creating an alternate location will add a backup location for that action to find when the first location is not found. Associating with nearby text will teach Mozenda to look for a specific word or image in the HTML of the web page, and then collect the data that is associated with it. I may also need to use the Refine Captured Text function of Mozenda to create different capture definitions that make my data more readable and more useful. You can learn more about this feature in the training video, Building Your First Agent. After fixing an error, I always resume the agent. It will start where it left off before it was paused or errored. Another good resource for troubleshooting errors is the Mozenda Help Center. The Help Center includes videos and documents that explain how to use features and solve problems. This concludes the training on how to troubleshoot errors that you might run into while running an agent. Visit the Mozenda Training or Help Center for more resources.